What if I told you the secret to an easier life was actually to live it the hard way? It sounds completely backwards, I know, but that's the core idea at the heart of Martin Meadows' fantastic book, 365 Days with Self-Discipline. So today, we're going to break down some of its most powerful principles.
But to really understand what true discipline is all about, we're not going to start with some modern-day theory. Nope. We need to go back, way back, to our ancestors, and try to see the world through their eyes for a minute.
I want you to meet someone. Let's call him Uzuk. Now, his life, it isn't about comfort. Not at all. It's a raw, daily struggle for survival. His alarm clock isn't some gentle chime on a phone. It's the gnawing ache of hunger and the harsh reality of his world.
Yeah, there's no hitting the snooze button for Uzuk. The stakes? Well, they're about as high as they can possibly get. Hunger is a constant, and the survival of his entire tribe, his family, it all rests on what they do today.
And this is what's so incredible about their mindset. Imagine this, after a failed hunt, staring starvation in the face, their first reaction isn't despair or blame, it's gratitude. They are just grateful to be alive, to have another chance to try again tomorrow. Now that is resilience.
So what's their solution to having nothing? It's not to sit around and complain, it's to move. They accept immense hardship, even the possibility of death, as just a fundamental part of being alive. It's a brutal way to live for sure, but an incredibly resilient one.
And all of that brings us right to the big question, doesn't it? Uzuk lived in a world of unavoidable hardship. We live in a world that's basically designed for comfort and ease. So what did he have that maybe, just maybe, we've lost? Well, the answer is that Uzuk lived the hard way because he had to. And the book's first huge idea is a radical one, that we should choose to do the same. It's a philosophy that feels completely backwards to pretty much every instinct we have today.
I mean, this quote right here is the paradox that the entire book is built on. It feels totally upside down, right? So let's unpack what living life the hard way really truly means.
Okay, this comparison just lays it out perfectly. It shows the trade-off we make every single day. The easy way is so seductive, right? It's all about that instant gratification, that immediate hit of pleasure. But it's a debt we pay later, and you pay it with interest. The hard way, on the other hand, it requires an upfront investment of discomfort. But the payoff? It pays massive dividends in long-term growth, which ultimately creates a much easier and more fulfilling future.
So, okay, how do we actually choose the hard way? Well, it all starts by completely redefining the very tool we need to use, self-discipline.
You know, for most of us, when we hear the word discipline, this is what comes to mind. It feels like a cage, doesn't it? A long list of things you can't do. A painful chore, something that just restricts you.
But here's the radical reframe the book offers. Self-discipline isn't the cage, it's the key that breaks the cage open. It's not restriction, it's liberation. It's freedom from our own worst impulses, our laziness, our fears, our fleeting desires. It's what makes you the master of your own mind.
So, if discipline is freedom, how do we get more of it? Do we just need to have, superhuman willpower? Well, the book argues there's a much smarter and way more practical approach.
And this idea right here, it's a total game changer. It shifts the whole focus away from relying on heroic self-control in the heat of the moment and toward intelligently designing your life so that temptation rarely even shows up. It's about being an architect, not a security guard.
And here's how that works in the real world. Think about it. Our willpower is like a phone battery, right? It just runs out over the course of the day. So instead of draining that battery fighting off temptations, you just rig the game in your favor. You make it harder to do the bad habits, like blocking those distracting websites, and you make it easier to do the good ones, like putting your alarm clock across the room so you have to get out of bed. You're making the right choice, the path of least resistance. It's brilliant.
Now, this all sounds great in theory, but here's the best part. The book makes it incredibly practical. You don't have to change your entire life overnight. You just start small.
The book suggests starting with these tiny, almost trivial acts of control. Think of them as reps for your discipline muscle. When you feel like quitting, can you just work for 60 more seconds? When you're eating chips, can you eat just one less than you want to? Can you resist the urge to honk at that driver? Each one is a small win that builds your capacity for the bigger challenges. And this is the final, crucial mindset shift to remember. You're building something monumental here, and that just doesn't happen instantly. It's all about laying one brick perfectly every single day.
The whole process requires patience and consistency, not perfection.
So as we wrap up, I want to leave you with this question. Forget about next week or next year. Just think about right now. What is one small, almost insignificant hard choice you can make in the next hour that invests in a slightly easier, stronger version of yourself tomorrow? Because that's where it all begins.